Have you ever been planning for a project, and as you look at the list of items you need to buy and their various quantities and prices, you realize you've got to continually add up all of these things over and over again as you make changes? Well, today on Tech Tip Tuesday, we're going to provide you with the tool that'll help with just that. So for this, we're going to be using Microsoft Excel. Now, what's great about this option is that regardless of what you change, whether you add or remove an item, change a quantity, or a price, you can look at different scenarios and decide which one is going to work out best for you. Click on the Start menu, type in Excel, and click on it. To make it so this calculator can be used for multiple projects, we're going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to select with my left mouse button, column A, row 1, and I'm going to type items. I'm going to use my right arrow on my keyboard, and I'm going to call this quantity. I'm going to go over one more row with the right arrow, call this cost, and finally I'm going to go over to D and I'm going to say total. Now we need some example items. Now you could use anything. This could be pencils or paper. I'm going to call this item 1. I'm going to make item 2 and item 3, item 4. Here's just a quick power tip. If you're working with an item in Excel and you want it to increment by 1, you can simply grab this little corner here where it's a solid box, left click, and hold the mouse button down and then drag. And as you can see here, it's incrementing these numbers one at a time. So now we have 10 items. And as you can see, it created those on my own. Created those for me. For quantity, I'm going to make some of these quantity of 1, a couple quantity of 2, a couple quantity of 3. Of course, you can make these whatever you want them to be. For cost, there's a couple things I want to do. I'm going to select all of these, because all of these are going to be dollar amounts. And right up here on the toolbar, there's this $sign. I'm simply going to click it. And now all of these fields will be formatted for currency. And then we need to choose our unit cost. Let's say this is $5, 6. Now, you've got the individual cost of each item in your cost column. But we have various quantities of each of these items, and this calculator won't do us much good if we have to continually update these on our own. So what we're going to do, we're going to select inside the cell here. I'm in D2, and I'm going to press equals on my keyboard. Then I'm going to left click the quantity cell. I'm going to put in an asterisk for multiplication, and then I'm going to click on the cost cell. So we've created a formula inside of Microsoft Excel. And this is saying that what we want to see in D2 is whatever B2 times C2 equals. So if we press enter, $5 times 1 is $5. Not very exciting. But just like we did with the item description, we can grab this solid green square right here, left click with our mouse, and drag it down. This is going to copy the formula into every one of these. Now you'll notice if we click on one of these, you'll see B3 and C3, or here B6 and C6. It's intelligent enough to make the rows match based on the row it's in, not just what the original formula was. Now, this is still great and it's helpful, but we really need to see what our grand total is to know what these 10 items and the various quantities are going to cost us. From here, we can use this AutoSum right up here in the toolbar. I'm now selected on D12, which is below the rest of my totals. I'm going to click AutoSum. You will see that it has selected all of the numbers above it. Now, it will run until it hits a space or a word or something that it doesn't recognize as a number. And we can see the formula here. It equals the sum, parenthesis, of everything from D2 colon to D11, and it ends the parentheses. So if we press enter, our total cost for this project would be $148.50. I do realize this was a pretty fast tutorial on how to build a calculator, and there's certainly a lot more we could go into with Excel. This is only intended to help you dip your toes in the water and get a sense of how using Excel for calculators like this can make planning for projects much faster. One of the great things about this is that if we need to make a change on a various quantity, say I wanted to change these 5 items to 3, I simply change it to 3 and press enter, and all of the pricing is updated accordingly. This would be true if I wanted to remove an item completely. I could simply zero out the quantity and that cost would be removed from the project while leaving the item there in case I wanted to see a scenario with it. It makes judging between different scenarios and possibilities very fast, and you are able to adjust them as you're trying to plan. So if you decide, okay, well, we can use 3 of these or 1 of these, what's the cost difference? You can quickly plug those numbers in and get your result. If this has been helpful for you, I would ask that you share this video with someone else that could benefit from it. And now that you know, go enjoy your technology.